A controversy in Brazil over buying vaccines from Bharat Biotech. In March, a Brazilian health ministry official called Luis Ricardo Miranda informed President Bolsonaro about pressure being brought on him to buy Covaxin despite certain red flags that he had raised over purchasing a tranche of doses. A February deal to acquire 2 crore doses of Bharat Biotech's COVID 19 vaccine Covaxin for 1.6 billion reals around rupees 2400 crore is rolling Brazil's right-wing President Jair Bolsonaro, who came to power in 2019 after running on an anti-CRAFTA agenda. On Friday, two sensational testimonials by whistleblowers before a parliament panel blamed the president and his powerful coalition chief for agreeing to buy the Indian vaccine at a price that was allegedly higher than that of other options available in the market, that too when it lacked local regulatory approval. The panel, formed in April, is investigating Brazil's tardy response to the pandemic, which has now claimed over 5.13 lakh lives in the country, a toll that is second to only that in the United States. The allegedly scandal has since dominated the Brazilian press, with major papers including Folha de Sao Paulo, O Globo, and O Estado de São Paulo carrying front page stories over the weekend. The hashtag CovaxinGate has also been trending on social media. What is CovaxinGate controversy about? In March, a Brazilian health ministry official, Luis Ricardo Miranda, informed President Bolsonaro about pressure being brought on him to buy Covaxin despite red flags that he had raised over purchasing a tranche of doses. According to Miranda, who was one of the whistleblowers who appeared on Friday, the government received an invoice worth of 45 million for 30 lakh doses of the vaccine from an entity that found no mention in the February deal. Miranda said he was concerned because the firm Singapore-based Madison Biotech apparently gave the impression of being a shell company. The vaccines too had not arrived in Brazil, and neither had Covaxin received regulatory approval. Miranda claimed that he began receiving phone calls from the superiors putting a typical excessive pressure on him to approve the payment. Miranda claimed that he began receiving phone calls from superiors putting a typical excessive pressure on him to approve the payment. As allegations mounted, prosecutors opened an investigation and the government cancelled the deal. The newspaper Estado de São Paulo reported that after Bharat Biotech had initially quoted a price of $1.34 per dose, the Brazilian government had agreed to pay $15 per shot after having ignored an offer from Pfizer in 2020 at lower price. Miranda then went to his brother Luis, a Brazilian lawmaker who is allied with Bolsonaro. On March 20, both Luis and Luis Ricardo Miranda met Bolsonaro. The lawmaker Miranda, who was other whistleblower to appear on Friday, he wore a bulletproof vest to the hearing, told the parliamentary panel, "The president looked me in the eyes and said, 'This is serious,' adding, 'If I interfere with this thing, you know what kind of shit it's going to stir up. This must be so and so still.' After senators pressed him to reveal the identity of the the lawmaker let on that person was Robert Boro, a key Bolsonaro ally who heads the government's coalition in the lower house of Brazil's parliament. According to Reuters report, the coordinator of the parliament panel has called for protection for the Miranda brothers as also for the owners of the Brazilian company Presca Medicamentos, which acts as an intermediary for Bharat Biotech. Thank you.